Ms. Legalista here. Thank you for joining the video. We are going to be hanging out with the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay, not in real life, but on the internet. We're going to be going to their website because I talk a lot about scams and frauds, what to look out for, but I haven't really talked a lot about where to go to report it, what to do next, real steps that you want to make sure that you take. Now, a lot of times it's, hey, run over to your bank and stop that transaction, get on the phone with, you know, the family member or friend to make sure they're okay. But in this case, I want to talk about the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. You can go to IC3.gov. It's a great way to remember it, IC3.gov. Let me pull this up so that we can start to have a conversation about some of the internet crime that's going on and the information that they have available here. You can go to the website and file a complaint if something happens to you. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this website breaking everything down because guess what? You can do it yourself, and there is a lot of information here. The first thing I want to point out, which I have pointed out in the past, is at the very top where it says an official website of the United States government. Here's how you know. I always point that out to remind people that you are on an official website of the US government. There are a lot of websites out there, scam and fraud websites that are designed to trick you into thinking that you are on a US government website. They'll put the flag up there. They'll use, these little round kind of things like this, designs to make it look official. You know what I'm talking about. So I don't want you to get confused when you see websites that are supposed to be from the US government. Look for this language at the very top. Here's how you know. All right, so we're at the Internet Crime Complaint Center here. Up here, you don't even have to go that far. File a complaint. You can click on that. It says, make sure you read the information here. And this is where I want to start. There's some other things I want to point out on this, but here's really where you want to go if something has happened. Should you have additional questions? They have a frequently asked questions page. Okay, so what details will I be asked to include in my complaint? What happens after I file my complaint? How are complaints resolved? Should I retain evidence related to my complaint? So all of this information is going to be on that FAQ page. And once you hit, let me scroll down here. Once you accept that, then you will be taken to this page where you can actually start to fill out your complaint. And let me put on my glasses here because for some reason that got back small and I had a really large. Okay, here we go. All right. Now that should be better. So you can see up here at the top the different things that you'll have to do as you go through this information. So who is filing this complaint? Your information, the information about the financial transaction here, the information about the subject, description of the incident. This is where you want to be very informative and provide as much detail as possible. Then there's any other information. And then, of course, there's a privacy piece in your signature. You're signing that you're being truthful about this. And notice here that it says, do not provide personally identifiable information such as social security numbers or dates of birth anywhere in this form. And so here's some of the initial information just on the first page with who is filing this complaint. Were you the one affected? You might be filing on behalf of someone else. Your contact information, and then you go to step 2. So you can see this is a fairly easy form to fill out online. It doesn't necessarily take a lot of time here. Okay, so this is where you want to go. Well, let me backtrack to where we were before. Back to the original page. And I want to go down and again, you can see right here, big and in red, file a complaint. So you're going to tell them what happened. Here's some information about them and how to protect people. But I want to go down to this graphic right here, this one right here, where you can see how much money is being lost. This is from 2019 to 2023. Over this time period, over $37 billion have been reported lost. Notice that is have been reported lost, because there are plenty of times where people don't report because they feel shameful, they feel guilt, they feel, I should have known better, and so they don't report it. And you can see here, 2019, you're looking at what, 3.5 billion. Then the next year, 4.2. It was going up kind of slowly then, but then all of a sudden it jumps up 6.9, 10 point. You see 12.5 here last year. Is it going to decrease? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think the type of people who are committing these scams see any reason to do anything differently here. So the things that we're going to have to do include educating ourselves and people that we know about how to stay safe. And so that really is up to all of us, because as people lose money and companies lose money, then prices increase. People have to pay more for services. So in the end, it's costing us. We're the ones losing this money across the board. So just keep that in mind. And then they have some reports here: annual report, cryptocurrency report, elder fraud report. I'll go over some of these things in another video, but I just wanted to make sure I introduce this website to you, give you an overview of what's up here, and really help you understand that it's important in terms of filing a complaint. Here is where you go if you have experienced some internet crime, internet scams, or fraud. And then, of course, they've got some of the recent alerts that they've sent out. I'm going to do one on this one for law firms, because this is a very interesting one. I did read about that. Sometimes you think that there's one party that's fraudulent. Sometimes it can be both. It's sort of like the car insurance scam, where you are in a car accident and it turns out the person who caused the accident and the person who hit you were both part of the scheme. It's a scheme. They are both the scammers, the people committing the fraud, and you and the insurance company are the victim. But you are the one who gets caught up in this, and you think is just an accident. And it turns out that the whole thing was a setup. And so this is a thing that's going on with the law firms in terms of these counterfeit check scams and debt collection schemes. And the thing about it is, it could happen in any of these situations where you think you are engaging in a legitimate business or professional relationship contract with another party. These other two parties, you're sort of the middle person, and it could be the whole thing is a setup. All right, but that's for another video. In the meantime, just to give you an idea here, they've got some contact information down here at the bottom. Of course, all of their socials are down there too. But again, this big red button is where you want to go. And as I said before, it's the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. And you can go here and file a complaint right at the top of the page. And it's easy, walks you through the whole thing. Does not guarantee you will get your money back though, but at least you have filed a complaint. All right. So I hope this helps you out in terms of knowing what to do next when you have run into scams and fraud online. All right. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this information with people that you know and love and care about. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.